Hello, welcome to Friday Night Live Detecting Talk. Let me just see if I can I'm trying to be a bit more technically advanced tonight. I know we had some problems with the streaming last week, so we're not simulcast on YouTube tonight. So we're just on Facebook tonight. And I'll upload the video to YouTube at some other time. So what I'm just trying to do here is pull up all the comments so I can see the comments. Let's see these comments here. G'day Joel, how you going? Good to see you here. First comment, you win the prize, mate. I haven't worked out what the prize is yet, but so just because this is only number 2, the bit of a summary. This is sort of somewhere where we can come, ask questions, discuss things, whatever you like, and sort of brings everyone together. It's not detector specific. Any brand is welcome. So it's just a place where we can have a chat, and if you've got questions, I might know something about it, or someone in the comment section might know something about it. So here we are, got a few people on. Say hello in the comments so I don't get all lonely. And let me know if the stream plays up or you can't hear me. Or there's Alan. How are you, Alan? Nice day. I know a few of the guys were out the goldfields today. It's been pretty warm today, so would have been nice and hot. Hey, Michael. From Toowoomba, my old hometown, Toowoomba. I don't spend much time in Toowoomba anymore, so I always go to Warwick. Far North Queensland, Bradley's here, and Mick's here. So it's all good. So at any stage, ask questions. The more questions, the better, because if you've got questions that need answering, I prefer to talk about that than just chat on about rubbish. So, yes, feel free to ask away. I've got a couple of things here tonight. So, a couple of nuggets found, and we got the NQ Explorers here. How'd you go today, Warren? I was just talking about someone being out in the goldfields. Must have been pretty warm out there. I think Warren and Colleen were out at Warwick today, having a bit of a poke around. So from NQ Explorers, Warren's going to be hopefully a much more frequent guest on here once I get all this technology worked out. So it'll be good to have Warren's experience, and so it'll be good to have Warren on. So and I want to see if he wears the same shorts he always wears out in the goldfield. So so Warren's just saying no gold there today, so it was a good day. It must have been warm out there. G'day Beck, how's things going? Beck's kids won the little detector we gave away out at Warwick at our detector day, so I hope they're having a lot of fun with that, Beck. Find lots of pocket money. So which sort of I suppose it brings me on to something I wanted to talk about. Something came across Facebook, and a lot of you might have seen it over the last week or so, and I wanted to talk about 3 people. You're getting out on Sunday. Oh, good, to the beach. That'll be a good machine. Just stick to the dry sand, Beck. So, but yeah, anyway, so just got an article that, it's a Facebook post that came across on through the week from a page that I follow, and there's three young budding detectorists. Damien, Andrew and Hayley from Young Guns Metal Detectors, just doing amazing things up there. They're in the central Queensland coast there, or just back from the coast. And I should mention their cameraman Mick. They did a Santa. They donated all the money that they found throughout the year, a couple $100 worth of money, to the Santa Lolly Drop up there where they are. So, and I've watched a lot of their videos. They're finding good things in the park, and it's amazing. The kids getting out and away from the TV and the computers and all that stuff, and getting out in the outdoors and enjoying themselves. So, a big shout out to the Young Guns, because they're doing really good things up there. So if you get a chance, go to their Facebook page. I haven't got a YouTube channel as yet, but go to their Facebook page and have a look at some of their videos, because the kids are really smashing some of those parks up there. So, and yeah, they're having a lot of fun too, by the look of things. So, and of course they're dragging Mick around as their cameraman. So Mick's their dad. So yeah, go over there and have a look at what they're doing, and just such a good example. So yeah, so that was a fun thing that that came across my desk through the week. So, anyone got any questions? Looking for questions? What we are looking for is we're still looking for a name for this chat. There was a couple there that were very good about gold diggers, but although this is my Facebook page and what have you, I don't want to make it just about gold diggers. We kind of hope we get a lot of different people on here, and a lot of interesting guests, and hopefully Warren from NQ Explorers is here a little bit as well. So there was talk about a swing along, but I'm worried that might attract the wrong crowd. So yeah. And we got Justin here, Cleggy from he's a detectorist up that way too. Talking about the next generation getting out there, it's good. How are you, Justin? So it's phenomenal to see that. Whenever there's go and see when I see some kids detecting on the beach or down the park, you always go over and say g'day. So it's very good to see those younger kids going out. I mean, as a kid going out for a treasure hunt, it sounds like a pretty good deal to me. So yeah, and you can get into some of these machines very cheaply. You can get some very good machines in the sort of $180 to $400 bracket. And the beauty about it is that, if you've got a couple of kids, you can, quite often you can have one machine between the two of them. Someone uses a detector and someone digs, and so it can be a really good thing. So, g'day Ray. Ray's here. He's come up with Discovery Diggers, and Justin's here. Good mate. Steve from Highfields. How are you, mate? Good to see you here. So so we haven't had any. Still looking for those questions. So so NQ Explorers were out there today and didn't find any gold, and But it would have been a nice day out there. It wasn't too hot. But he was a decent nugget found up Claremont Way too. Speaking of finding gold, a 1 kilo gold nugget was found, and the story goes $63,000 they've got it valued at here. But the story goes that he dug a small nugget and went and had a cup of tea or something or other, take a bit of a rest, and then he went back to basically the same hole, just a couple of swings on from the same hole, and there out popped a kilo nugget at about 15 centimetres. So, so it's still out there. It's really another article they said that there was 80% of the gold in the world has not been discovered. So yeah, got a question here from Matt. Matt's out going tomorrow to at Cephalia. Any tips on where to look? Yeah, yeah, going out with an SDC 2300. Well, you know, places to find gold with an SDC, you can get into some of those old mullock heaps. Some of those old mullock heaps, the old timers would have missed little pieces, and the SDC is fantastic at picking up those little tiny pieces. But you have to run it right hard on the ground, and you have to run it really, really slowly to pick up those faint targets. Some of the anywhere around the old workings doesn't have to be in the mullock piles, because the old timers would have to see it, or they'd be panning it. So there could have been something an inch next to them, and they wouldn't have known if it was an inch down. So that's the sort of stuff you're looking for. And then I always like, as a bit of a rough guide, I always like to look for joints in the ground. So where the ground changes colour, or you see a bit of a quartz vein, the gold could be shedding either way. I haven't been to Surface Hill Mine, but anywhere there's the old creek beds, any of those little cracks that we talk about there. Inside bends of creeks. There's a fantastic Warren from NQ Explorers on NQ Explorers channel. They've got a great video where Warren and I talk through a lot of the places you could find gold. So there's 2 videos, I think, there's 2 videos there that he's put up, and they're very, very good. I think they're about 25 minutes each, but, well, I star in them, so they're very entertaining. So, yeah, go and have a look at them if you've got time, Matt, because they'll give you a real head start. And luckily enough, we actually, when we were filming that, we actually found a little patch of gold. So it's a perfect example of what you could do there. So. Yeah, we got Frank from Mackay. Nice to see you, mate. Yeah, Justin makes a good point. Any of those washouts in the creeks and those sorts of things. So, and like the SDC, if you run that pretty flat, as flat as it possibly could be. Flat out as it turn it right up and listen for those little tiny pieces. So Matt, that was NQ Explorers. They've got a YouTube channel. Warren and Colleen, they're here tonight. If Warren's still here, he might even put a link to one of those videos up so you can get you started, Matty. So but there, yeah, there's they're very, very good basic ways to that we talk about on those videos. There's lots of advanced stuff you can look at too, And I suppose the most important thing is you're looking for that quartz wash or that ironstone combination. Certainly that's what we look at up here, sort of thing. So, oh, you've watched that one, mate. Yeah, well, there's two warrants just put out in the last couple of weeks that that go through that whole gold prospecting thing. So I don't know, you might have got them. So yeah. Kerry from Bowen here. Bowen, going down to Maryborough in Victoria at Christmas time to run the 7,000. Have you had much? Have you used it much, Kerry, or are you just starting out with it? I hear they're a very good machine. So, and that Victorian country is particularly good for it, sort of thing. So you should have some good luck there with that. So yes. So right, what else have we got here? So this is just some interesting facts about gold. Everyone likes to find gold. I know it's been a bit of a gold talk tonight, but you know, according to this article, there's more steel made in 1 hour than what the gold, all of the gold put together. There's more steel made in an hour than all of the gold put together that's been found throughout history. So more steel made in 1 hour. It's just amazing. And just to think there's still a lot of it out there. Right, so any questions there? Anyone want to know anything? We've got some, while we're waiting for the questions to roll in, we've got some pretty exciting news. We've just worked out today, and it probably won't go out till Sunday, but on our Facebook page we're going to give away, in the past we've done where you like our page and you share our page, share the post I should say. We've been giving away gold panning kits, and it's been hugely successful. Everyone loves it. So for Christmas time we're going to give away an ACE 200, a metal detector. We're going to draw it, I haven't got an exact date yet, but basically the week before Christmas, so we can get it into the mail and get it to someone before Christmas. So we're going to give that away. It's just a random pick. If you go back on our Facebook page, there's a few posts there where we're giving away gold pen kits and what have you. But come Christmas time, we'll give away an ACE 200. Very good machine, and you cost you nothing there to just like the page and share the post. And so that should be very, very exciting. It should get a lot of interest. So that'll be up on Sunday. I may get it up tomorrow, but probably Sunday. So that's some exciting news. So make sure you look for that. Then the other thing we've just organised today, we've just organised a couple other brands for the shop. So we'll be doing Technetics, and we'll be doing Bounty Hunter. Now Bounty Hunter do some very, very good, lower end machines. We're getting a few through. To test them out. But from all reports, some of those Bounty Hunter machines are pretty good for a pretty cheap price. So that's two exciting news, and two bits of exciting news. And then we're also getting some XP machines in, the XP Deus machines. So if you're around the south side of Brisbane and Logan area, down to the Gold Coast, we could be doing those. They're phenomenal machines. So Cleggy, who was on here before, has hooked me up with some of those. So we'll have to do some videos and test those out. So yes. Hello Nadia. Is there any decent areas in Durakai to find gold? Short answer, yes. But it's never quite that simple. So 150 years or longer, people have been going out there trying to find gold. Durakai tends to be, there's not a lot of mines on Durakai. It tends to be more coarse gold and nuggetive. Like, it's very, very patchy as well. So the way I look at Durakai is big quartz reefs won't hold any tend not to hold any gold out there. You're looking for fine quartz reef, so up to 1.5 inches wide sort of width is what you're looking for, and very, very patchy. So with a detector out there, I would suggest that you look for areas that are full of bullets, that are full of rubbish. That's probably the best way to find areas that haven't been really heavily detected. Like if you go down, if you go out to Durakai, turn in the first gate at the Fosking area there, and go down towards the puddler there, there's probably still gold there, but it's the first gate in. It's everyone goes there. You go there on a weekend, there's cars everywhere there. So you in a heavily detected area, and this goes for anywhere across Australia or probably across the world. The less heavily detected areas are probably the better areas. I haven't been down to the southern Fosking area for a long time, but it did produce some gold. It's a bit harder to get to, and the western one, I haven't been out there for a long time either. But that, I've found gold out there fairly recently, so it would be worthwhile. Yeah, there's certainly gold out there. Panning for gold, if you're not detecting, panning for gold, there's heaps out there. You can just about get colour in every pan out there, and some areas are very, very rich for panning for gold, Nadia. So, yeah. Frank asks about, I guess that's 19 inches, GPZ coils. I haven't used one, Frank. Not sure, mate. Someone here might be able to help you out there, Frank. So, now, Matt, does Warren know the Hill End hotspots? Seen he did some relics on the old horse track, but no gold. Is there still nuggets out there at Hill End? I go out there panning, but haven't STC there. Yeah, there's with your SDC, you'll be able to go out there and find little nuggets. No trouble at all. Like Durakai is a perfect example, right? It's 6,000 or 7,000 hectares of Fosking area out there. It's been worked for 150, 160 years. Like, there's still gold coming out of it. So I know that it might seem that an area is really worked through, but not so much. It really is. It really is. And if you get that SDC wound up really, really high, and you go really low, you'll be finding gold, mate. No problem at all. So, no problems, Nadia. I can chat about detecting for hours. Yeah, so Warren's just commented there too, Matt, that there's still good gold coming out of the back of Tambaru last year. Don't hold me to that pronunciation. So, Jacob asked an interesting question. What do you think's better, the AT Max or the AT Gold? The thing I would say to that, Jacob, is depends what you want to do with it. And there's also the price side of things. The AT Gold at the moment is a bit cheaper than the AT Max. I like the AT Max. Like, the last little patch of gold we found was with the AT Max. So, you know, that discovered that patch of gold. So, I think the AT Gold would have done the same thing? Probably. The AT Gold had like, the downside of the AT Gold is that it's not very good on the beach. Like, when you get into that wet sand, it's hard to drive. It's really hard to drive. So, from that point of view, the AT Max just kills it, sort of thing. The AT Max runs really quiet on the beach. It's almost not like a VLF. It can be a bit noisy in places, but it's a good machine on the beach. But I think it's equally as good as the AT Gold out in the goldfields. But it is a VLF machine that you're going to be running in if you're looking for gold in highly mineralised ground, so it will be a bit noisy, sort of thing. So, yes, what gold nuggets ring up on the Max? So if you're normally, like out in the goldfields, I'll answer two questions here because Cleggy just asked small or big coils on the ATs in noisy areas. So you put a big coil on a VLF machine in a highly mineralised area, you're going to get a lot of ground underneath that coil, so it's going to be really, really noisy. So what I tend to run out there is the small coil. I don't run the little sniper coil. I run the 5x8 double D coil, because the double D coil's got less, because the signal's actually more of a V shape. You've got less ground underneath the coil, so I would run that small coil. Now, with a small coil, you lose your depth. So your nuggets are going to be fairly small as well. So I would probably think that it would run up. I was getting targets out there on that AT Max with a 5x8 coil, 00s, 01s, sort of almost ground noise, but the signal was repeatable in both directions. So out there, certainly where we found that little patch just recently, ground noises will break up in one direction, whereas a signal will be really strong in both directions. When you got the target out of the ground, it was probably reading mid to early 40s. So yeah, because it's such a small piece of gold, low conductivity, it wasn't giving me a really, really high reading. It was just 0001. You think, oh, but that's a good noise. So that's normally what it runs, particularly that 5x8 coil. That 5x8 coil on an AT Max is just killer. So Tal Guy, we're doing a very Warwick-based thing at the moment, but that's all right. So Tal Guy is completely different to what Durakai is. Durakai's, for those that haven't been out there, quite flat. There tends to be a small layer of topsoil across a clay, and the gold seems to sit on top or in the clay. Tal Guy is a bit different, although it's clayey in areas there. But Tal Guy is normally it's thought of for fine alluvial gold and and deep reef gold. Like some of the old mines out there, like they were getting, hundreds of ounces per ton out of some of these mines. Just crazy, crazy numbers, sort of thing. So yes, there are nuggets through there. If you get up towards Big Hill and that really mountainous area of Talgai, it tends not to be as much of that nuggety gold. And once you come away from the mountainous areas and you start to get onto the flats, that's where you'll find that nuggety gold. It's already fallen out of the reefs and it's down low. Like Gumtree Flat, which you virtually can't get to at the moment. It's all private property. Gumtree Flat's sort of southeast of Talgai. It's I think Queensland's biggest nugget came out of there. I can't remember how big it was, but it's so there's good nuggety gold away from a lot of those reef things. Some of the old mines, though, in those tailings piles, there'll be bound to be little specimens and all sorts of stuff in the actual pile that the old timers would have missed. So you just need to be a bit careful there at Talgai, because there's a big mining lease in the centre of that state forest. You can still drive there and it's not very well signed, but it's sort of on you to make sure you're in the Fosking area, because the area where the lease is, there's a lot of trail cameras and all sorts of stuff, and you'll get a phone call. There's no doubt about that. So, yep. So I think I'm. Cleggy makes a good point here. You dig on the goldfields. If you get a repeatable signal in two directions, right? So it's not ground noise, and I'll even dig some ground noise. Dig every target, right, and put it in your pocket, and then make sure there's not another target in the hole. Because if you're digging everything, you can't go wrong. So, and normally man-made stuff out in the goldfields is sitting in the top inch. It's not hard digging. Although in saying that, I out at Warwick there, I dug a battery through a clay layer at about 45 centimetres deep. Just about killed me. It was the last target of the day. So, that was a big, deep target. And I thought, it can't be anything else. I thought I was on the money there with a nice little gold nugget. So, 45 centimetres down and through a clay layer. And I thought, hello, here we go. But, yes, a battery. So, a nice battery terminal on top of it too. So, nice lead sounds exactly like gold. It was devastating. I may have actually mentioned that last live that I did last Friday night, and I am still not over it. Trust me. Because, of course, I've got Warren. Warren was with me at the time from NQ Explorers. He's going, it has to be gold. You threw the clay layer. So I kept digging. Yeah. You may hear about that again. I'm still sort of a bit hurt by that. So, yes. Right. So, I see Bradley and Warren having a chat about where things are happening down there. Warren knows that area down there at Hill End a lot better than what I do. I've only really driven through the area, so yes. Right, so hello Trisha, welcome to the liveliest party on a Friday night. Detecting Talk Live. So, yes. So, it's the highlight of my week. So, yes. So, welcome. Okay. So, we've had 21 or 22 people watching. So, that's really quite good. So that's good. So, have we got any more? Have I missed any comments? here. We'll just have a quick squiz through these comments and just make sure. I'd like to answer as many as I possibly could. I think I'm going pretty well with it. Yeah, so... Yes, I don't know. Right, have you guys got any more questions? We've... can't even see how long we've been going here, so... show us your nuggets. I think they're actually in the safe at work, so... yeah, so I actually haven't got any, I don't think, no, I haven't got any here with me at the moment, so, yeah, so, oh, that's good, Donna. I'm glad you enjoyed that day we had out at Warwick. It was very, very, we had a great time, and we were surprised how many people came, sort of thing. We thought 3 hours drive from Brisbane. I think Warren and I actually said there at one stage, oh, if no one shows up, we'll go detecting and won't worry about it. So, right, talking about coils. Nell coils. That's a piece of news I've forgotten. We'll be putting them into the shop as well. They're on their way. So, Nell coils, the claims are that they run very, very deep, much deeper than the standard coils. I haven't tested that myself personally, and I plan to do a little video on that, because I'm very interested in what they do. A little snake coil, they call it the Nell snake, and I love that 5x8 coil that Garrett does. So it's a very, very similar size. So I'm going to run those two together and just see what's better. But from all reports, they're killer coils. Even on an AT Pro, some of those big coils are just amazing. So, yeah, so we'll give them a good test out. I've used one a couple of times. I was pretty impressed with it, but I didn't really compare it accurately. I didn't put them on a bench and test them out. So when they come in, I've only ordered a few of them, but when they come in, we'll give them a crack and yeah, we'll see what they're like. I might even do a bit of a thing on them here, sort of thing. Yeah. And we Justin, we've been thinking about doing some other events. When we put that up, we got requests from Cairns to Melbourne to Adelaide to Perth, everywhere. Yeah, so we don't know how it's going to work next year, but we certainly plan to do more of those events all the way across the country. Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, so yeah, we don't know. Like, how do you put an event on in Adelaide? It's a bit of a hike from Brisbane, but anything's possible. So, but definitely around Queensland, where that's easier to do. We almost need like a detector fest, like they do over in the UK and America, where it's a weekend event on a field that, you know, everyone can camp, and there's a band on a Saturday night, and you know, so yeah, who knows? Next year is very exciting. Got to get through Christmas now. Yeah, I think that camp for a weekend, you know, couple of food trucks, or the Lions Club to feed us, couple of beers kicking around. Yeah, so, but yes, so and it'd create. What's missing, I think, a lot in Australia is that community. There's pockets, particularly on Facebook. There's some really good groups, but you know, yeah, so that might create a bit of that sort of thing. So yeah, no, Nadia, you can keep the Russian coins. If we're doing another event, I will find another nationalities coins to play with. So yes, Daniel, I am in the shop tomorrow. 8:30 till 4 tomorrow if you want to have a chat in person. So yeah, Justin, you're right. Like, it's such a solitary thing. Like, the amount of times that I've gone detecting by myself, like, you know, it's thousands of times. But the best times I've had are, you know, when there's a few people around or you're camping and, you know, good times are had by all sort of things. So, you know, there's nothing better than sitting around a campfire at night and having a chat and, yeah, so, and a couple of quiet beers sort of thing. So I think next year somehow or other I'll put something together like that. We just need to find a really good spot to do it, where there's good detecting, whether it's relics or gold, or like gold's a bit hard because the country's normally pretty rough and rugged, but yeah. So if we can find a really good relic site, you know, that allow camping on it, sweet. Let's do that, and you know. So oh yeah, all the blokes are excited at detecting in beer. Don't worry about that. So yeah, Donna. But I think it'd be a lot of fun. So, and there's a lot of nice people in the detecting community. It's just you tend to do it solitary. Right. Okay. So we might close it there. I've just realised it's been 45 minutes or so. So I don't want to cut into your Friday nights too much. So thank you all very much for watching. And look out on the weekend for that giveaway post to share, and have a great weekend. Hope you find lots of booty on your treasure hunts. Okay, good night everyone.